as a part of a package deal with someone not really knowing better, right? So let's talk about a couple pitchers because I always tend to do that. I always tend to talk about all the hitters and then run out of time for the pitchers. Eduardo Rodriguez at 26 is really starting to come on. So again, his 4.43 isn't great, but he's 10-4. He's got 116 strikeouts and 109 innings pitched. His WHIP is a little bloated, but here's a guy who really, if you break down sample sizes, since May 4th, his ERA is 3.76, which is a significantly amount better. He's 8-2 over that time, and he's got 81 strikeouts to just 22 walks. So again, he's shown some consistency. That's a little larger sample size. He's 5-1 since June 4th. 50 strikeouts to 14 walks, so he's refining it even a little bit better, right? At 3.67 ERA. Eduardo Rodriguez is someone, he's 75% owned, like I said. Cha-cha, keeping it light in the chat room. If you're not in the chat room, what the hell are you doing? Get in, sign in, go to LaneMelnickFantasySports.com, sign in. It takes 5 minutes. There's not only great fantasy baseball talk, there's also fun stuff too. So please get in there and sign in. It takes like 5 minutes. The other pitcher I want to talk about, how about Lance Lynn? He's pitching tonight. He's 79% owned, but I think he's way underappreciated, right? He's 12-4, a 3.69 ERA, 134 strikeouts and 102 innings pitched. But again, you break it down, it says a lot more if you go back all the way back to May 1st. His ERA is a 2.99 with a 9-2 record. So a significant amount lower. It says to me, he figured it out. And since May, he's been doing, exactly what Texas envisioned him doing. This guy was a good pitcher in St. Louis. Yeah, he didn't fit in Minnesota. That's okay. Since June 1st, he's got a 2.48 ERA. A 6-0 record and 64 strikeouts, which projects out to 272 strikeouts, right? Cha-cha, here's one for you. How about Sonny Gray? Sonny Gray, you could probably go steal from somebody right now. 5-5 with a 3.42 ERA. He's got 112 strikeouts and 97.1 innings pitched. 76 strikeouts projects out to 216 on the year. Okay? Since May 1st. 5-1 with a 3.33 ERA since May 1st. It's funny. Going from New York to Cincinnati has really helped him for a couple different reasons. One of the reasons is I think the pressure got to him. But I think the bigger reason is his approach. They changed his approach. And so Gray said that when he was in New York, they wanted him to throw his slider for a strike. They wanted him to use it. They wanted him to always put his slider in the strike zone. And he didn't agree with that. He believed that he needed to throw it out of the strike zone as a put-out pitch, right? So that's what he's done in Cincinnati. He's kind of gone away from that thinking that he didn't like in New York, and he's using that pitch more as a strikeout pitch, and his K rate has improved. He's gone from his career high, it was all the way back in 2013 at 25.7%. This year he's at 28.1%. So, it just goes to show that just a little tweak, just a little change can have a big impact, right? So So let's talk about, I got 10 minutes left and I know you guys, let's talk about some waiver guys, okay? I'm going to take this a little bit differently, as you guys all know that I do, okay? Waiver wire pit. So these are guys, we're looking at this holistically for your team for the second half of the year, okay? There's going to be a whole lot of guys on here who were discarded, who were given away for nothing, but the talent's still there. And we're going to take some chances. I'm not saying we're going to put these guys in and start them. I'm saying you got an empty bench spot. Why not put player X in? You'll see in a minute. as opposed to some schmo, some jag, if you will. Waiver wire pickup number 1, Tyler O'Neill. Tyler O'Neill, this kid, Arnie kind of texted me today about Tyler O'Neill. He knows I'm the NL Central guy. Here's a guy who has prolific power. He just needed the opportunity, and now he's getting it. Okay, now he's getting it. This guy has 40 home runs in his bat as sure as I go to bed tonight. Okay? This guy, he's Franmil Reyes is who this guy is. Okay? He's a 270, 280 hitter with 40 home runs, and he's sitting there. 2% owned. Now, these guys you got to be a little bit patient with, guys, because they might not jump off the page immediately. You might have to wait a few days to let them find their own. I'll tell you, this next guy, over break, I went to Pittsburgh and saw the Brewers play the Pirates. This guy's still got it. Jesus Aguilar roped the ball when I was in Pittsburgh. He hit the ball hard. He hit the ball solid, okay? In his last 5 games, Aguilar has 3 homers, 7 RBIs. He's got 10 hits, okay? Is this a signal he's coming out? I don't know. But what I do know is if he hits half of his 35 home runs in the second half of the season, he's a viable player. So why not take him, put his ass on your bench, and just wait. Just wait. See what happens. If he continues to suck, you can cut him in a month. Hell, you can cut him in 3 weeks. But I think you're going to see a turnaround from Jesus Aguilar. That's just my thought, okay? How about Michael Franco? Michael Franco, you kind of know what you're getting. Aguilar, by the way, is 41% owned, I believe. Yes, 41% owned. So he's out there in a lot of leagues. I do need Jesus. You're absolutely right. Michael Franco, guys. 14 homers, 239. This guy, he is what he is. He's got a lot of upside still. He's still only 26 years old. But here's the thing. As inconsistent as he's been, he's hit 20-plus homers the last 4 years, and he's on pace to do it again this year. Yeah, his average isn't going to be great. But again, if you identify as needing power, and this guy's out there, put him on your bench, and when he has a good matchup, throw him in your lineup. 17% owned. 17%. This is the ugly ducklings, guys. That's what this is, right? So, Christian Walker. Remember him? Everybody's darling at the beginning of the year. Came out hot. Had a great first month and a half of the season. And he fell off the cliff a little bit. But then he came back on, and right now he's sitting at 260 with 18 homers. Look, the thing about Christian Walker is they've shown their hand and what they want to do in Arizona when they brought Kevin Cron up, and they didn't give him a fair deal at first base because they wanted to keep Christian Walker happy. Christian Walker's going to get at bats. And although 260 might not be the sexiest player in the world, 18 homers projected out, that's 35 homers. That's a serviceable guy. You can put him in there. You can sit him on the bench and put him in when he gets hot. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, okay? The next guy. How about Daniel Ponce de Leon? I love these Cardinals pitchers. I'm big on the Cardinals. I really think that they're the ones that are going to kind of surface as the biggest competitor to the Cubs. Ponce de Leon has earned a spot in the rotation. He has predominantly worked out of relief for most of the year. His 1.99 ERA in 31 innings pitched has earned him a spot in the rotation. Don't look for him to go long in games, but I do look for him to go long enough to get decisions. That's what we're looking for, is decisions, okay? He's 25% owned. Jump on Ponce de Leon. Conquest Ponce de Leon. All right, couple more real quick. Then I'm going to get off of here. Nate Lowe. No, Nate Lowe. Brandon Lowe. Nate Lowe. Here's a guy. This number's skyrocketed up. 29% owned. You know, he's hitting 299. You can't complain about that. He's hit all 5 of his homers, though, since he got called back up. You think he wants to ride the buses down in Durham? I don't think so. I think he wants to fly in the planes in Tampa. Okay? So, Nate Lowe, shit, I hate that. 5 homers, 10 RBIs in his last 8 games. That only projects out to 102 homers. Seriously, though, this guy has prolific power. He is a highly sought-after prospect in that Tampa Bay organization. If he is out there, get him. Get him over Walker. Get him over, well, he and Aguilar have the same amount of power. Let's put it that way. Lowe has bigger upside. 29% owned. Go check. We all know that, right? How about Marco Gonzalez? Well, the reason I put him on here is if you need a filler, if you need an innings eater, you look at his numbers, they're not terrible. I mean, 10-7 with a 4.24 ERA. Here's a guy who could get traded. I mean, you know, he's not going to be a strikeout artist, but he keeps his teams in games, and he gets decisions. Really, that's what you're looking for, right? So, there you have it, guys. I did it in an hour. Of course, Arnie made me not talk about any Angel stuff, so that cut down quite a bit. But I did it. I missed you guys. Thanks for hanging around. Chaps Fantasy Chat. I got 3 minutes. If anybody wants to answer or wants to ask me a question, I'd be happy to ask them or answer them. But until then, check me and Arnie out at 9 o'clock tonight. We have not been on air together in about 3 weeks. So we'll have a lot of stuff to discuss, I'm quite sure. But until then, thank you, Mech. Thank you, Easy. Thank you, Cha-Cha. Thank you, Kevin. Anyone else that's in the chat room who I've forgotten, I mean no disrespect. Thank you for joining in and listening to my hour. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Chappy. This is Chaps Fantasy Chat. Tuesdays at 7. Have a good night. Peace.